It was another chance for English soccer glory. The squad facing Portugal in the quarterfinals of the 2006 World Cup overflowed with talent, just like every English team in the tournament's history. Yet ever since England won the World Cup in 1966, the nation's high hopes for its teams were repeatedly dashed. After so many heartbreaking exits from the international stage, the sky-high expectations for the team were always darkened with the question, how will they blow it this time? A 0-0 tie at the final whistle, the match against Portugal came down to a best-of-5 penalty kick shootout to decide the winner. England had never survived a World Cup shootout. It was indeed another chance for England, but nobody on the team looked all that happy to have it. In soccer shootouts, teams take turns sending a player up for a set shot on goal just 12 yards out. The goalies must wait for the kick before they can move off the goal line. Goals are expected. At the international level of play, 85% of on-target penalty shots score. The real question is who will mess up. Soccer skills matter, but it's secondary in these contests. Luck matters too. Mostly though, it's about the pressure of expectations. Who will handle it and who will crack. With the shootout against Portugal tied at 1, Steven Gerrard, a star English midfielder, stepped up to the penalty spot. The Portuguese goalkeeper had already saved a shot from another English hero, Frank Lampard. But Portugal squandered that opportunity when its second shooter misfired and hit the left goalpost. This was Gerrard's chance to make things right. He was England's Player of the Year and a scoring machine. He'd netted 23 goals the previous season in the English Premier League, and 2 goals so far in the World Cup. He was just the man England needed, but that knowledge did not sit well with him. As the play-by-play announcer put it to millions glued to their TVs, Steven Gerrard is ashen-faced. Gerrard shot low and to the right. The keeper guessed correctly and knocked the ball wide. England was devastated. But all was not lost. Even after Portugal's next shooter scored, putting them up 2-1, England could draw level if their 4th shooter managed to convert. This time, the opportunity to save England fell to defender Jamie Carragher. When Carragher stepped up to the penalty spot, the English fans in the stadium clutched their faces and closed their eyes. Nerves are drawn so tight, to breaking point. The ref blows his whistle. Carragher! Carragher's shot was low and straight down the middle. It was the easiest of the Portuguese keeper's 3 saves, a World Cup record. Moments later, the Portuguese striker Cristiano Ronaldo calmly walked up and blasted home the winning penalty kick. The official score of Portugal's victory over England was 3-1 on penalties. There was lots of conjecture about why England lost yet again. Their captain, David Beckham, had left the game just after halftime on a bum ankle. Not long after that, the ref ejected English playmaker Wayne Rooney for stomping on a Portuguese defender who fell after a rough attempt to steal the ball. The ejection forced England to play down a man for much of the second half. Still, the team held on. Supported by a stadium filled with roaring English fans, they played with passion and gave themselves a chance at victory. Clearly, they had the skill to win. Their valiant second half showed they had the fight, too. Why did they lose? Maybe because, at some level, that's what they expected to do. The spectacle of sports stars choking under pressure is morbidly fascinating. In isolation, these episodes seem like aberrations, and a testimony to what happens when things go horribly and unexpectedly wrong. Superficially, they are the sports equivalent of a multi-car pileup on the highway. Choking is much more than that, however. In fact, a closer look at these improbable failures reveals the essence of sport. First, the potential for athletes to wilt under pressure amplifies the excitement of big games and humanizes athletic superstars. In the shadow of every glorious upset, there cringes a choker. Often a whole team of them. Choking exposes the double-edged sword of high expectations. Second, by looking into how top athletes falter, we better understand how they succeed. Studies suggest that one of the first things choking athletes lose is their ability to anticipate, a skill gained from years of practice. Athletic anticipation is automatic. In fact, it's embodied in the athlete's next move, and it's increasingly seen as the key to world-class performance. Yet, this special foresight is fragile. It can be completely undone by the expectations of anxiety. Choking is mastery in reverse. Caught up in a choke, expectations eat their young.